Raising a giga in Ark is a daunting process when you think about how long it actually takes. You think, how can I possibly do this? Well, let this video be your guide without the Let's Play stuff getting in the way. Yes, you can raise a giga in a small tribe or even solo. Watch this video to find out how. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. This guide is aimed at the medium to advanced players who are aware of how to raise a dinosaur in the first place. People who play either solo or as duos and work. Yes, it is possible to raise a giga solo while working. This guide is also for people who work full-time. Unfortunately, you'll need to accept that if you work full-time, you won't get 100% imprint. This is because the imprints are 8 hours apart, and unless you work from home, can have 2 weeks off, or have a laptop you can take in with you, you're not going to be able to do it. However, a 200 plus giga is going to pretty much rip everything apart, so it isn't that terrible. And overall, I believe you can miss 8 of all of the imprints in order to get 100%, so that's something else to keep in mind. So first, you need to prepare. The most important thing you can do while raising a giga, especially if you work, is preparation. The second most important thing is the timing. To prepare, you need to have enough air conditioners to hatch the egg itself. I believe it's 14. Secondly, you need to have lots of fridges stacked with cooked meat, and it'll be helpful to have at least one industrial grill. By lots of fridges, I'm talking more than 10. We started with 11 and ended up adding even more after the fact. The reason you want lots of fridges is so that you can pre-farm the meat you need for the days and weeks ahead. Having multiple grills also means that you can cook the meat faster and it's less of a bottleneck in processing the raw meat to cooked. We started with 3 industrial grills and ended up adding a totally new structure with 14 grills on it for convenience. Ideally, you'll already have something you can farm the meat on pretty quickly with, like a T-Rex. So to recap for the preparation, fridges, at least 10. Think of it as the more fridges you have, the easier it'll be in the end. Our total was 21. Industrial grills, you need at least 1. Again, the more you have, the quicker it will be. In the end, we went with 14. You also need air conditioners to hatch the egg and the egg itself. The next thing you want to do is look at the timing. You want to pre-hatch the egg and bring it down as close as you can to 0 seconds without it actually happening. 5 to 10 seconds is ideal. Now you want to think about when you want to hatch the egg. You're going to have to babysit that thing for at least a few solid hours. By hatching it first thing Saturday morning, for example, you'll have the entire day and all of the weekend to babysit it. One important thing to consider is the length of time that the giga is a baby and your ability to look after it over a 2-day period. And ask yourself, is it worth waiting for a breeding event? If you're wanting one ASAP, then drop the egg. Otherwise, I'd recommend waiting until there was a breeding event to shorten the time period that the giga is a baby for convenience. A giga doesn't eat meat super fast. It's the same consumption rate as other dinosaurs. The slow part is that their weight doesn't increase as quickly as you would expect for something so big, meaning you're stuck clicking and dragging or pressing T or whatever it is on the controllers. Stacks of meat for at least an hour before you can really do much of anything else, and it's hours before you can comfortably leave it alone. It isn't terrible, and it does get easier as time goes on. You won't be able to leave it for any great period of time, for example to go on a meat run, which is okay because you've already got your fridges full, or go down the shops for a quick lunch or something. You're stuck at the PC for the next few hours. You realistically want to set aside about 6 hours to babysit the giga after you've hatched it. Let me know in the card that appears in the top right hand screen. Vote yes or no if you're going to try this out as soon as you can. From this point on, it's an endurance run. checking the inventory of the Giga to make sure it has enough food on it, and then doing whatever else it is you need or want to do, whether that's on the PC or away from the keyboard. At the end of the night, use Crumplebum to figure out how much time you have to sleep until it becomes a juvenile, or until you have to check on the weight and refill the food again. Once it becomes a juvenile, you have to make sure you're logging in to check the troughs to make sure they're full. Use multiple troughs to make sure you're covered while you're not online and or sleeping. Set alarms to make sure you wake up and then log in so that you can refill the troughs with the cooked meat from the fridges. You'll get ballpark 5 to 8 hours of sleep depending on your Giga's food and weight totals. Again, using Crumplebum will help you figure out the exact time you have. I recommend hatching it around 8 o'clock in the morning. That way your imprint schedule is 4 PM, midnight, and then 8 AM again, or whatever you can manage while working. The most difficult part of raising a Giga is the first few hours, where it isn't holding enough meat to do much of anything and you get bored. However, if you clear out a weekend, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Have Netflix or YouTube playing in the background or on the phone or on another screen and just zone out pressing T. Myths and tips. One myth that I heard while I was researching how to raise my own Giga was that you had to stay within render distance for a Giga to keep eating. This is false. While there is a bug that randomly kills baby dinosaurs with food in their inventory, this isn't specific to Gigas, and it doesn't care if you're standing right next to them or out of render distance. It's something that you just randomly have to deal with. They don't consume meat quickly as babies, but they do consume a lot of meat while babies. As in, they're eating a lot of meat, they're just not doing it quickly. It isn't like you're putting a stack of meat into a trough surrounded by starving dinosaurs. It's the normal chomp, eat some meat, wait some more, and then it'll chomp again on the next lot of meat. You don't have to be in a big tribe to raise a Giga. What better way to corner the market than to get people believing that you do? You can do it solo. You can also team up with an alliance of players and use a communal breeding pen with troughs that are pin-coded or left unlocked to feed everyone's dinosaurs as their juveniles. If you're unable to log in for some period of time, your buddy will be able to, and because you're in an alliance, your dinosaurs will eat from the communal trough. You can also use kibble to feed your Giga with, so if you did have to leave but wanted a small safety net, throw in as much kibble as you can. Kibble has a massive expiration timer and still feeds babies, juveniles, and grown dinosaurs. That's it. Yes, it's daunting. By about day 3, you're hankering for a proper sleep. By day 9, you're wondering if it was worth it. Once your Giga is an adult and can be ridden, you realize yes it was. Enjoy your new Gigas. If you do end up raising a Giga, let me know in the comment section below and or post a picture to Twitter and tag me in at #Giga2018. That's all for this video. Hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comment section below if you're going to try raising a Giga on your own. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, ding the notification button. Hope you're having a lovely day. Till next time.